Hey, what is going on, guys? Expert Fusion here, and sorry about not uploading this Walking Dead review video on Season 5, Episode 14, which is called Spend. Sorry for not uploading it, like, a day after the episode came out. Today is Tuesday. I was supposed to upload Monday, but I was sick, so I wasn't able to do it. But today I want to talk about it, just review it with you guys, go in depth, and show you guys some of the things that you may have not known about this episode, and just explaining it to you if you didn't really understand it too well, or if you want to see my opinions on the episode at least. So, this episode was great. Probably the best episode, one of the best episodes of the season, I would say, one of the best episodes of the whole show. It just really showed how scary the apocalypse is and how you can never be safe, even if you're just going on a little supply run to like a, whatever they were, like a medical warehouse, no, not a medical warehouse, like an electrical warehouse or something like that. And it shows that you're never safe. You go to one of these, you have to be on the lookout for any kind of zombies or walkers, whatever you call them. You have to be on the lookout for them. You can't just let them go out there. So something that really caught my eye about this episode, I'm going to talk about three different things. First of all, Carol. Second of all, Abraham. And third of all, the group that went on that supply run, which was Glenn, Tara, Eugene, Noah, Nicholas, Aiden, all of them, you know what I mean? So I want to talk about each and every one of them just for a little bit, letting you guys know some in-depth things about them. So first of all, Carol. A lot of people didn't notice this about Carol, but they thought she was acting like a douchebag to the kid. And the reason why she was acting like a douchebag to the kid, and a lot of people, were like, why is Carol being so mean? She wasn't like this before. I mean, she had her own kid. Why is she being so mean to this kid? Not making him cookies, kicking him out of her house, stuff like that. The reason why Carol is doing that to Sam, well, that's the kid's name, is because she doesn't want to make friends, and she doesn't want to make friends with any kids. She doesn't want to get close with any kids because of what happened previous. She knew that, her daughter was just killed in a really bad way, bitten and then turned. And then Lizzie and Mika died, and she was close to them, and she doesn't want to have that type of feeling again of, someone really close to her leaving because of, death and getting close to them. And she does not want to like this kid. She doesn't want this kid to like her. She wants to just stay away from kids and not have to deal with the death of them in any way and have it on her whatsoever and have it be her fault either. So she's trying to be mean and just not wanting to have anything to do with the kid, but she forcefully is basically forced to have to be friends with this kid because of the fact that he is being abused by his father Pete, and his father Pete's also abusing his mother and possibly the other son. We don't know that, but we're probably going to find out next episode. And Carol has to help because Carol was abused by her husband, and also her daughter was abused by her own husband. So it's just bad, you know what I mean? She just doesn't want to have to get friends with the kid, but she has to, and that's why I think Carol's character will be killed off very, very soon, because I think her character storyline's almost going to be done after this whole Pete storyline thing's done with. I think she might just die in the season finale, especially because Daryl, Norman Reedus' character, well, Daryl's actual person, Norman Reedus, said that you should bring tissues to the finale because it's very sad. And why else would he say that? Because maybe Carol died, That's just what I'm guessing. That's my death prediction for the season finale. I mean, of course, there doesn't have to be a death this season finale. I'm just predicting there will be, though, of Carol. So that's that. Abraham, I loved Abraham in this episode. I thought he was just loving killing zombies for some reason. I don't know why he's so in love with doing it. He just really was nervous about going out into the open and leaving the walls because he was afraid he would be killed, or something bad would happen. But he loved doing it. He loved saving that girl, and that girl's name is Francine, which there may be a little love triangle between them three and Rosita, because there was a similar thing in the comics with a different comic book character called Holly. So maybe something will happen. We don't really know, so we'll have to find out and see. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the other things that went on, which was Glenn's group and the supply runners on the supply run. And I thought it was a really awesome scenario with when they were stuck in that little rotating door thing. And when I saw it happen, when I saw Eugene come up and to track the walkers off, which Eugene finally stepped up, which I love his character now because of that. And I knew something was going to happen because of one side having no walkers, the other side having a pact of walkers, and the only way to get out, if like let's say Glenn and Noah pushed forward to try to get out, then Nicholas would be pushed back because that's how rotating doors work, and then he would be in the whole walker crowd and he would get eaten alive. And that's why Nicholas thought of that, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna save my ass. I can't protect them. I'm just gonna have to lie to Deanna about what happened, kind of like what Shane did, lying to Otis and just shooting him in the leg. So he pushed on the door and made it so Noah basically was eaten alive by the zombies, and it was so gruesome. Probably the most gruesome kill of The Walking Dead ever, to like a decently main character at least. I mean, of course we've had a lot of gruesome kills to just random characters, but for like a main character who was, you know, like a part of the group and is considered, you know, one of the main characters, is just brutally killed, and it was very, very, very awesome, like effects and stuff what they did. I'm sure a lot of it was CGI, but I'm sure a lot of it was also done, you know, practically affected, you know what I mean? So thought it was a great scene though, and I thought Aiden's death was also well done. And I know Deanna is going to be very, very sad about that when she finds out. And I was predicting maybe Nicholas will tell Deanna that it was all Glenn's fault about Aiden and Noah both dying. And if that happens, and Deanna, the reason why all this is happening, the reason why they made Father Gabriel as well, which I also love that he did this, when Father Gabriel told Deanna that they're bad people and they are terrible, terrible people. And I loved how he did that because it fits in perfectly what's going to happen in this next episode, which I'm almost certain is going to happen, that Rick is going to have to fight Pete, and it's just going to make Deanna realize that maybe this group is full of crazy people, and maybe I shouldn't have them in here because they're starting chaos with, you know, Pete. They just went on supply run. We haven't had too many people die in supply runs before, but after this we had my own son die, and then, you know, one of the new people dies. So it's just like Deanna is probably like, you know what, I might have to overthink this. But then when the scavengers come in episode 16, because I do think they will, and then I think what's going to happen is Rick will save the day, or at least the whole group. Well, I think Rick's group is going to step up. The whole group's going to be like, you know, of Alexandria is going to be like, you know what, stepping back, you know, like, I don't think we should be fighting against these people. They want to steal our stuff. Let's let them steal our stuff. But I think Rick and all his group of people are going to step up, and they're going to kill all the scavengers. And the way that I'll make that so awesome is Deanna will be like, you know what, maybe this group is right. And it'll end the whole entire season on a good note that, you know, Rick's group are good people, and season 6 will be a great season, and it's going to have the No Way Out storyline. I'm pretty excited for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in my next one. And I think this next episode is going to be great. Next 2 episodes are going to be great. Peace out.